Okay, don't come at me. I know what I said. Yes, Cocomelon, it's trash, right? Like, come on. You guys know it's trash. It's not that good. So why should we let our kids watch the show? And which ones do I think that are better? Well, grab a cup of coffee and let's chat. Hello, my lovely friend. It's your girl, Chrystal. Look, I know Cocomelon gives us time to breathe because it literally pacifies, you could even say hypnotizes our children. It's got bright visuals, it has great music, it's easy to get hooked onto it. And last year, the show even made headlines, not because of its stellar ratings on Netflix or whatnot, but because a child development specialist went viral for saying that watching Cocomelon acts as a drug stimulant for young children. So my husband and I have let our son watch the show, and we've watched our son just kind of like zone out into the television, just like, and it's kind of scary. Like, we even joked about it like hypnotizing our kid. We aren't the only parents that think so. There are tons of Reddit threads on this specific topic. I even saw one about a 4-year-old that like woke up demanding to watch Cocomelon. Look, I don't want to talk about screen time usage and its effect on children and stuff like that, because I do think that screens can be a tool, an asset to help our children learn. Obviously, if we give our kids the right shows to watch. So let's talk about some shows that I think are better for our children, and I'll give you my favorite one at the end. Now, I'm gonna talk about shows that are on 2 apps that are completely free. The best shows are really on PBS Kids and YouTube Kids. Daniel Tiger is amazing. This is perfect for toddlers. It addresses so many issues that toddlers will face, or preschoolers. Potty training, washing your hands, brushing your teeth, cleaning the house. Oh, my sister is getting more attention than me, or my mom and dad won't play with me. It just addresses so many things that I think directly impact our kids, and it just makes it so much easier for them to understand. And the show is slow pace, and when I was researching about Cocomelon and stuff, a lot of what I saw was that the shows that are slower pace, that take their time to explain things or address certain issues, and that aren't like just songs all the time, are so much more beneficial to our children. They like help retain the information a little bit better. Dinosaur Train, I love this one. If you've got kids that are super into dinosaurs, I mean, what kid isn't into dinosaurs? Let's be real here. These are some really interesting creatures, and who wouldn't want to learn about them? It follows this one family that has like a T-Rex in with like pterodactyls or something. You get to follow the family kind of like go and explore different types of dinosaurs in different areas and what they do, and it's really, really cool and interesting. Then there is Super Why. This is a little bit better for kids who are like 3 to 6 years old, because it's addressing like the alphabet and learning words and how to spell things and like storytelling and reading and stuff like that. Super fantastic to help them develop more vocabulary and, you know, be able to read. I don't know if it's gonna really like help him read. I feel like there's a little bit more that needs to be had than watching a TV show, but I think it's a really great place to get started. Oh man, then there's Wild Kratts. Wild Kratts are so freaking cool. There's these 2 brothers, they go on adventures and they look at animals in the wild, and they have like creature powers, and they wear like creature suits so they become the animal that they're talking about. They go super in depth. Like, they had one episode on mosquitoes, and I learned more about mosquitoes than I think I will ever really need to know about mosquitoes. There are bad guys in this one, so I know that some people would say like, I don't really like that like bad guy dynamic to be shown to my kids, so just a little heads up there. It's a really great way for kids to learn about various different animals in the wild and various different areas of the world. I mean, they talk about like sea creatures and land creatures, and I mean, I guess that's it. Air creatures, what? Now on YouTube specifically, your kids can get into so many things. And my son has been super into vehicles. And so there's been like Dr. McWheelie, then there's Leo Truck. I think there's like Gecko's Garage too, where they like talk about specific parts of vehicles. And I mean, they go in depth. Dr. McWheelie is my favorite though. She doesn't talk, which is really weird. She sounds like the like, what was that one character? My gosh, I can't even remember the show from the 90s where the woman was like, it's escaping me. If you guys know what it is, comment down below. But that's exactly how she talks in the show. And there's like a narrator, but they talk about like the specific parts of the vehicles, why a vehicle broke down, what they need to fix about the vehicles. My son is super into it. And now he like corrects me about certain car parts, and I don't even know what they are sometimes, because I'm like, my brain doesn't retain that information like it does like Wild Krat information. Now, what is my favorite show that you guys can have your kids watch? It is Blippi. Yes, if your kids are not watching Blippi, they're missing out. So the guy that plays Blippi ended up doing the show because he had a nephew who was watching children's show, and he was like, this is terrible, I could do it better. I found this information on Google. He started creating the show. Now this character has blown up. He has like millions of followers on YouTube and stuff. Blippi takes them on adventures to playgrounds and to children's museums, teaching them how to like interact in public, talking about certain types of issues like recycling and going outside and planting trees and just so much interactive stuff. And when my son watches the show, and I think this is something that's really important to mention, it's very different from Cocomelon. But when he's watching Blippi, he's talking to the TV, he's singing along with the songs, he's dancing with Blippi. There's so much more like interaction from my child watching the show than I think any other show that I have found, and it's fantastic. It just makes me so proud that there is something like this that exists, and I just have to share it with you guys because I want your little ones enjoying TV too. Now, I wish there was like a show for all about like grocery shopping etiquette because sometimes things can get a little out of hand. Find what happened at Walmart, guys. I don't even go in the store anymore because I don't want to have this happen to me again. No matter what, you go crush this week. You got this. I know parenting is hard, but we got this. We're gonna crush it. I will see you guys next week. Cheers.